This is going to be how to build a bigger chest or start building a big one. In this video, I'm going to cover the reps, the sets, the exercises, the strategy, everything you need to do in order to build lean muscle, specifically for your chest. Now, I'm going to be going again in depth into the muscles that make up the chest, the exercises, how many days you need to train, all that sort of stuff. And one of the key points as well, I see so many people missing out on, that's causing you to not get the growth you would like. So stick around if you'd like to see some of that. If you're watching with me live right now, comment the word live below. And if you're watching the replay, comment replay. Obviously, this goes on YouTube as well. So for my YouTube subscribers, hopefully you've hit that like button, that like bell down there. If you take something from the videos, it really does help me improve and grow the channel. But let's get into things. So I am going to do a deep dive as usual into my iPad screen here. So hopefully this comes up. Yes, here we go. So we're going to get into exercises, sets, reps, frequency, and some key points as well. Now, this is the chest here, as I'm sure you all know. Now, the key point to notice here is you'll notice that the fibers of the chest run in this direction. So how do you build muscle? Building muscle simply is a function of utilizing those muscle fibers with load, so using weight. So what do we have to think about? We have to think about lengthening and shortening these fibers in this direction. So specifically this, you will see, for example, a lot of people getting a pec deck or a chest fly or do a bench or something like that. Pec deck's the worst, and their elbows are like this. Do this right now with me. You'll feel no tension in your chest. Do this, and you can see it under my t-shirt that there's a massive difference because I'm actually bringing the muscles and the fibers of the chest here closer together. You lengthen, you shorten. You lengthen, you shorten. And you do that with more weight. That's how you build a bigger chest. So the key point here is what exercises can we do that are going to allow us to lengthen and shorten this most effectively while continuing to progress, get stronger, build a bigger chest, and add more weight. That's the key goal over time, not just to do more weight on an exercise. How well can you actually do that exercise? So that's the anatomy of the chest first and foremost. Secondly, volume. How many sets? 10 to 20 sets per week to grow. Let's say you're training chest Monday and Thursday. That means you're probably going to have to do somewhere in the region of 5 to 10 sets per session. Relatively simple. If you want to go in the low end of that, that could be, 3 sets here on a fly, 3 sets here on a bench, 3 sets here on an incline, 3 sets here on some sort of machine. So there you have 3, 6, 9, 12. Now, again, if you want to build muscle and grow and progress, unless you're really near the start, the first few months of training, it actually makes sense to have focused periods where you're focusing on growing chest, growing arms, growing shoulders, when you're trying to improve and get better. So how do you build a bigger chest? Well, you would then actually simply increase the volume on these days. Volume is sets times reps, reps times the amount of weight used. So if you increase the number of sets, you increase the volume, and volume is the number one factor when it comes to growth. So more volume equals more growth. For the most part, we're talking quality volume here. There is essentially a rate of return here. So for example, you see this sort of style of rate of return. Once you get to a certain point, and if you go too far, you actually end up coming the other way. So it's not just do more. There has to be calculated. 10 to 20 sets seems to be in the region. But that's 4, 8, 12, 16. Again, you could add a 4th set here somewhere. And that gets you towards the really upper end of the amount of sets per week. So reps, a few ranges will be beneficial, 5 to 20 being most effective. Again, the best way to do this is think about things long term. You're not going to grow a big chest in a few weeks, even a few months. You're going to see some significant changes, yes. So think over a period of 6 and 12 months. That's exactly what we do with our clients. So from weeks, let's say 0 to 8, we might focus on the 8 to 10 rep range. In weeks 8 to 16, we might focus on the 10 to 15 rep range. Week 16 to 24, we might split this up a little bit and do 5 to 8 and 15 to 20. So we're capturing all the rep ranges over a period of 6 months. Now, 8 to 15 rep ranges has been shown to be the most beneficial for muscle growth and hypertrophy. That doesn't mean to say that there's not merit to doing the others. If you always just do 8 to 12, 8 to 12, you become very adapted in that range. And what that means is you can make almost outsized returns in the, let's say, the 5 to 8 and the 12 to 15. So again, it pays to have a little bit of a thought process around how you actually set up your program. And this is what we do for all our clients in the Fat Loss Forever program. Quick interjection here. If you want a completely free workout guide to get you started, it's done all of these calculations for you. Just comment guide in the comments below and I'll reach out and send you it across for free. So frequency, how often should you train? 2 to 3 times per week if you want to grow. Do not do a fucking chest day. Chest days are great fun, but they are not optimal. If you want to maximize your efficiency in the gym, spread the load across the week. You can still do 6, 7 exercises at 4 sets each, but spread it out across the week. You will get more benefit. Each time you train, you spike something called muscle protein synthesis. So what happens when you train is this little graph here, you spike muscle protein synthesis. Now, it starts to come down over a period of time, and it's during this spike that the growth and the progression actually occurs, and then you're recovering and it comes down. If you spike this again, then you get more time above the curve. Let's say this is 7 days. You get more time above the curve than just hitting it here, which you might get an actual slightly larger spike at the start, but then you tend to see this. So the area above the curve, or above the flat here, is actually more with hitting it twice per week. So again, 2 to 3 times per week spread out is going to be more beneficial. Exercises, you do not need thousands of exercises. Dumbbell or cable fly, an incline press, a flat press, a decline, and maybe a dip. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the dip, but there is merit to doing it. So I've included it in here. It's not complex. There's not a lot to choose here. Pick one of each of these. Don't go for a million exercises. Pick 4 exercises and get really fucking good at them. Cable chest fly, incline dumbbell fly, flat dumbbell press, decline. So I'm hitting a fly motion where I can get the chest really short. An incline bench where I'm hitting an incline angle, a flat bench where I'm getting a flat angle, and a decline press where I'm getting the decline angle. So I'm actually incorporating all the angles and incorporating a fly. Pick ones you enjoy and get really good at them over a year. I guarantee you will look completely different. Let's say the first 12 weeks you do, maybe 8 to 10 here, 8 to 10 reps. Then the next year, 12 to 15. Then it's maybe 8 to 12, like something along those lines, or 10 to 12, whatever. And you do the same for each one of these. And that is how you're going to really be efficient with getting a bigger chest. And the key here is you must get better. If you train the same, you will remain the same. If you're doing the same workouts as you were 3, 6, 9, 12 months ago, your physique is not changing, and it's not surprising as to why. If you're not giving your body any reason to adapt, we as human beings want to survive. We are wired for survival. We're not wired for muscle growth. Now, muscle growth is a part of survival if done correctly, because the way you're almost tricking your body, but the way you build muscle is, oh shit, there is more stimulus, there is more challenging workload coming. I better put on some muscle so I can survive. Your body doesn't care about looking good on the beach. It cares about survival and being able to get through it. So track your workouts first and foremost. Follow a plan. That's why we put everyone inside our app. Everyone inside the Fat Loss Forever app tracks their workouts. They have a plan laid out, and then that's absolutely key for progression. Consistent progression and improve. You must just turn it into a game. Beat your score from last week. 1 rep better each week is our sort of kind of motto. You do that for 6 months to a year, you'll be a completely different human being. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, let me know what you found most helpful from it below in the comments. If you want a completely free workout guide, comment guide below. And if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a ton of other videos, all of the recommended products and things like that as well in the description, along with loads of free meal plans, workout guides, all sorts of stuff. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe for more. And if you did really enjoy it, share it on with a friend. It would really mean the world for me to help more people and again, have this information reach more people. So that's my favour to you. Thank you very much for being with me until this stage of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. See you all in the next one.